Apple style UI animations are blowing up right now. Clean, smooth, ridiculously satisfying. In this video, I'll show you how to recreate that exact look from scratch inside After Effects. From sleek UI layout to seamless transitions, that signature premium feel. You learn how to build depth, smooth out your motion, and design like Apple, step by step. Project files are linked below. Like and subscribe. Let's jump in. So we're going to create a composition, and I'm just going to call it composition 1. Just make sure that it has the specs for each video and just click OK. And from there we are going to create a solid. So right now let's just keep the solid to be white. So as you can see from our video that I just showed, we need to create a card, like a big card to just hold every widget inside of it. So to create that card, I'm just gonna create a new shape and make sure that you have like a rectangular tool in here, and we're just gonna do like this over here. There we go. So now that we have our shape over here as the first layer, what we are going to do is, obviously we need to change the color, but for now let's just remove the stroke. And what I would want to do with this card over here is I would like to have like some roundness in the edges. So I'm just going to increase, let's see, too much, that's okay. Okay, now we're good. And obviously now we are going to need to color this card over here. So to color this card over here, let's go to presets and let's look for gradient, right? Gradient. We're going to use the gradient ramp effect, and for the start color we are going to, let's choose purplish, and the end color, let's choose a more darker color, probably let's go to purple and choose a more darker shade. There we go. Okay, so that's it for the card. Moving along to creating the purchase button, so we are going to follow the same logic that we use to create our main card. So I'm going to click on the shape over here and also making sure that it's in a rectangular, and I'm just gonna like draw the shape just like this over here, which is what I want basically. And guys, we do the same thing. Basically we ensure that it's more rounded, just removing the stroke, and let me ensure that it's a bit rounded as well. Okay, that's kind of cool now. It's a bit cool. Okay, so obviously we need a gradient as well here. So but for this one I am going to use a color gradient. There we go. So for the color gradient, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose purple for the first one, and I'm going to choose purplish, maybe dark purplish for the second one. Guys, freestyling it over here, you just don't have to overthink this much, you know, like you don't even have to like do everything I'm doing exactly. Just freestyle it and put your own spin to it. Just don't copy as I do. So this point over here, we're just gonna move it right here, and we're gonna take point number 2, which is this one. We're gonna move it right here, and point number 3, I'm going to move it over here, and then finally point number 4. Hope this is it. Point number 4, move it over there. Okay, so now that I have this, you know what I want to do now? I think this one over here, let's just make it a bit more like this, a bit more pinky, like brighter. And this one, let's try to see if we can do this. Okay, which is not bad. So now that we have this over here, we are gonna need the purchase text, which will be inside this over here. So I'm going to create a new text. We can just go over here, and then we are gonna write purchase, right? So now that I have this over here, obviously I'm gonna need to increase its font size, and I'm gonna give this one a font of Nixa Bold, and I want to just decrease it just a bit over here. There we go. Okay, there we go. Doesn't look that much. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, we have this over here. It looks beautiful. What we're gonna work on next is the text, but before we work on the text, I just want to add something. So I'm gonna add a light sweep. So I'm gonna add a CC light sweep on the button, but before I do that, guys, let's parent this text over here to the shape, to the button. So basically what this means is these things are just going to be together. I'm just linking them, just the shape and the button. For example, if I just move this over here, excuse me, did I pay correctly? Yeah, you know, I can do this basically. Yeah, I can just move them. If I had no linking, for example, say I have no linking and I try to move the shape over here, you see what I mean? So we're just trying to link them together, right? So to not be confused, let's just rename this to button for now, right? BTN. Okay, so I'm gonna put the CC sweep over here on this button. So this is like super cool. I just wanna, we're gonna have that over here. There we go. Something like this. Yeah, something like this. And let's just, okay, just play with it, guys. You don't have to copy me word for word, bar for bar. Whatever's cool, whatever is like, whatever you feel is cool, just do that. You don't have to copy exactly whatever I do. So moving along to the next part of the tutorial. So now we are going to be creating our text on the right hand side of the button. So the text is a complete package full of everything and a course. Okay, so obviously you're gonna need to like reduce the text. Okay, and okay, that's not that bad. Okay, it's not that bad. And then, okay guys, and then what I need to do now is, I think the text is fine. We just don't need much on the text. Yeah, that's just it for the text. So we're going to copy and paste this text over here, and for the second text basically, it's going to be for more details and information, click this link here, and we're going to make this one a bit more smaller than the above text, right? And we are going to create another text which is for the text on the right. So basically for this text, remember we have the dollars, so it's going to be dollars. Where do I find my dollar? $497, right? And then just gonna increase it, and there we go. Just put this, sorry, Just gonna take this for more information and just bring it a bit closer to this one. Maybe also a bit more smaller. Okay, so for this over here, sorry guys, my voice. We're gonna need to we're gonna need a gradient as well. So we're gonna use a gradient. We're gonna use a full color gradient, and same thing, guys. We're just gonna use purplish, dark purple, and I'm just freestyling it over here, guys. You know, just like looking for the right combination. Okay, and then I'm gonna bring these points to the right places. Right, so here's the point over here. Here's point 2. It's point 2. We're gonna need point 3. Let me just hand and then just there we go. Point 3. Here's our point 3. I'm just gonna put it over here. And our point 4, we're gonna put the point 4 in here, I guess. Yeah, that's not that bad. It's not that bad, honestly. How about we add a C sweep as well? Just see CC light sweep and see what's gonna happen to this over here. Okay, I like it. I like how it looks. So guys, so that's it for this part. We have all the text, we have the button. So now we're going to be creating this in our next step. So now we're going to be creating the loading shape over here below these over here. So we're gonna do the same thing. I'm going to create a shape layer, and instead of rectangle this time, I'm going to use a pen tool, and I'm going to click over here and then click again over here, right? So now that I have the shape over here, guys, let me just zoom in so you guys can see basically what I'm working with. Please also subscribe, guys. You know, just young channel over here doing my thing. So basically what I want to need over here is we have this stroke over here, just so that we can see it. Probably the width we can increase it to like 8ish, 9, probably 10. Okay, and what we're gonna do is we're probably gonna add in a full color gradient. So remember, guys, gradient, basically we do the same thing. So the gradient over here, so let's just stick within our theme. Let's see, let's go for dark first. Dark less dark. Okay, let's go for dark and a little bit lighter. And I like this. And here let's be white, close to pinkish, right? Which is cool. I like it. I love it. I'm loving it. For the first one, it's gonna be just over here. For point 2, this is my point 2. I'm gonna be over here. Point 3 should be a bit over here. Point 4, which is, let's just put it over here, right? Okay, so now it looks okay. It looks good, but on here it's just not it. Here it looks like it's hiding something. Let's see. That's a bit better. And here, if you look closely, guys, I don't like this. It's like a square. It's just like a rectangle. So on the line cap, we are gonna do, instead of a butt cap, we're gonna do a round cap. There we go. I still don't like how it looks over here, but let's see, is it cool? Am I fussing over it? Okay, I'm fussing over it. Okay, so now here's the coolest thing that you guys should know. So I'm gonna add in a trim parts function. So with this over here, this is going to basically allow us to animate this, right? So basically, check this. How cool is that? So what this tells us that we can basically use our keyframes to animate this thing over here, right? So before we do that, let's copy and let's just duplicate this over here, Control D, and for this layer over here, what I would want to do is I would probably remove the trim part, but it doesn't matter. What we need to do is probably remove, let's try and remove our color thingy. My bad guys. Let's duplicate it again. I was supposed to do it on this one over here. Okay, so basically let's try reset over here, and let's see. So basically with this one, if we use the trim parts function and we do this, right, you see I want to show something over here. So basically I'm gonna take this layer below. Let me just, yeah, so I'm gonna take this layer over here below, this one over here, and I'm going to not reset, maybe just delete this color gradient over here. You can probably delete this color gradient, and we're gonna give this one just, let's see, okay, let's see. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to do. So basically I'll explain after I find a suitable color. Let's see, not so much. You know what I want to do? I'm gonna just take one from here and see what happens. Okay, so let's do this now. Let's go to my trim parts function. So you guys see the vision over here. So basically the vision is when this moves, there should be like a layer beneath it to show that it's basically going to be animated. It just makes it look cooler. So moving along, guys, now that we're completely done with like setting up the scene or the UI, now comes the fun part. We are going to be animating this entire thing. Please like, please subscribe, stay tuned for the next part of this tutorial.